Okay. Amos and Meri at the same time. How many bankruptcies have you had?
One.
Boom. There you go. Okay.
Y'all, bankruptcies are not a big deal. How long ago was yours?
25 years ago.
Mine too. Listen, everybody has been through issues before. Who the heck cares that you had a bankruptcy? I can't even. Like, whatever. It doesn't even matter.
When you get
I mean, things happen, you know,
Yep.
and you just build your way out of it. It doesn't define who you are. That's the thing. And I think, honestly, worthy up, it kind of like that kind of goes in with the theme of my brand of like, it doesn't matter what happened to you in your past, who you are now is what matters and how you like act on it, you know?
Hey friends, it's Kody from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Well, we just finished a video about Meri Brown's boyfriend and his ex-wife speaking to the Sun. And we spoke about their divorce decree and some of the shenanigans that go on with that. And so here we are, and now we're going to talk about this Friday night with friends where we actually met Amos. Now, regardless of what his ex-wife said and what she claims about him, the Amos that we see on this Friday night with friends was relatively reserved, soft-spoken or more soft-spoken than Meri. She's definitely more of a, it seems like a boisterous personality where he seems more laid back. And Jen led a Q&A with them where she addressed a lot of these rumors that have been coming out about him and his past. Specifically, she asked right off the bat if he's ever declared bankruptcy, and he said yes, once. And Meri actually admitted to her own bankruptcy. You know, fun fact, friends, but despite what everything we've known of the Browns over the last 14 years, none of them have ever acknowledged that they've declared bankruptcy. Ever. In fact, they've done the opposite. They claimed that they did not abuse the bankruptcy system or welfare as a part of their polygamous lifestyle. Polygamists are known to do what's called bleed the beast, and they just rack up a lot of debt because they have so many wives and not enough income, and they don't think that stealing from the government is wrong because it's the government, and screw the government because they won't acknowledge our marriages, and they only answer to God. So Meri declared bankruptcy with Kody, and then Janelle declared bankruptcy, and Christine declared bankruptcy. So collectively, the family had 3 bankruptcies spanning 12 years. Meri's encompasses one of those. Meri and Kody also had a home foreclosed on as a part of that bankruptcy. So Amos admits to 1 bankruptcy. Now, it's very clear that Meri likes him a lot, and so I'm just going to show you a couple clips, and you can decide what your thoughts are about all of this. I am going to remain neutral. I learned with the David Woolley situation that I'm just going to leave my opinions out of it because these women are adults and they need to figure out for themselves what they're doing. If Amos becomes more outspoken and becomes annoying, I might say something, but until then, for now, I don't have a lot of things to say about him in this video where I found him annoying. So let's dive into today's topic. Before we do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click on the bell so you never miss a video.
There's a lot of speculation about how good of friends you guys really are. Care to fill us in, Meri?
I mean, I like baseball.
Which base is your favorite? Have you been through all the bases? Has there been a home run?
I thought first base was the only one that mattered.
Well, the last 10 years could have done that to you.
It's all I'm used to, so.
This is pink, so it doesn't matter. Amos, what's your favorite shape?
Pink. Pink.
Favorite what? Shape?
What is your favorite shape?
Circle.
We are not saying that.
What is going on?
Not. We don't say things like that.
I don't know what's going on right now.
It's fine. Ow, my arm hurts. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. I can't believe you. I can't believe you. I love you so much. It's fine.
Okay, I don't know about you, but if his ex-wife claims he's like a clout-chasing fanboy, but if he doesn't know that Meri hates circles and it was a joke from this season, I highly doubt that he actually watches the show. Or else he's a really good actor and he's pretending like he doesn't understand that Meri doesn't like circles, and that's why. And she won't answer questions about what base they've been to. I don't know if Meri's gone very far, and frankly, I really don't care. I will say that Meri and Amos, I haven't gotten a vibe yet, all right? But the aggressiveness of her attack on him, there's this weird thing in the Brown family where they cover each other's mouths. There's an episode where Kody does this to Robin. Robin does it to Kody. The kids do it to each other. Meri does it to him, and she actually slapped him on the face. And I know it's all playful. It's just so aggressive. Do you think that's what Kody meant when he meant that, like, Meri beat it out of him? Is that she just, like, she shows her love, like, aggressively like that? I don't know. He was a good sport, at least. It was hard for me to tell in this live if he is as into her as she is to him. She was definitely, like, the body language was, she was, like, leaning into him and she had her hands on him. And then I noticed a couple times, like, he was, like, pushing her hands off of him. He could just be more reserved, but it felt a little bit like she was more into him than he was to her. And that a physical attack, I don't know. I know some people won't see it that way, but I just don't put hands on people's faces like that. I just don't at all. There's other ways that you can be playful without slapping and hitting, but if you grow up in polygamy where everyone abuses everyone, I guess that's what's normal, right? We'll continue.
Amos, how many
Yes.
ex-wives do you have?
3.
What?
3.
I sort of have like 3 ex-sister wives and an ex-husband. I beat you.
Okay, so
So Amos has had 3 ex-wives. Meri's had 3 ex-wives and an ex-husband. So far,
God.
we're doing pretty good. Okay, Amos, what's your favorite snack food?
Not top ramen.
no, not top ramen. No.
You guys, I can't help myself today.
So she goes there and asks Amos directly how many ex-wives he has. And instead of answering with the truth, which is 4, he says that he has 3. And I can't tell if this was a setup, because then Meri goes, what, 3? I have 3 ex-wives too, ex-sister wives, and an ex-husband. I beat you. Technically, though, she only has 1 ex-husband, and the sister wives she wasn't really married to and she wasn't sleeping with. So it's a little bit different. And she only had kids with Kody. So, but he has 4 ex-wives. So I don't know why he would say 3. Unless it's because he's not supposed to talk about one of them. Still say that you have 4 ex-wives and not say their names. He didn't mention any of their names. It just seems like a really weird thing to say when you really have 4. That was one part in here where I was just like, after 3, is it worse to have 4? Is like 3 the limit where it's like if you have 4, you're like going over the edge? And I hope Meri knows that it's really 4. I mean, that's 4 ex-wives. I've only been married once. I've got lots of followers, lots of y'all that have been married multiple times. I'm not judging. It's just a weird thing. Like, why did he say 3? What do you guys think?
How about your favorite food? Is it Meri's turkey? Okay,
Yes,
so both of you, who reached out first to get this whole shebang going?
that would be me.
Oh.
I know this. That would be me. I reached out first.
Okay, so you pursued
Mm-hmm.
him. That's cute. I love that.
Yes, I did pursue him.
No, we talked so much.
He did.
We talked a lot. You always gave me crap about just being friends.
Well, it's because that's all you wanted was to be friends.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I said, that's really important. So that was one that stuck out. And I wasn't applying. I was at 6'6". That one stuck because I gave her a hard time.
We tease each other a lot. We do still sometimes, but about like, well, you wanted a pilot. Well, you only wanted to be a friend. So, and here we are.
Amos?
All right, so we don't know if he likes Meri's turkey. And if you don't know what that means, on this season, Meri said that Kody used to like her turkey and now he likes Robin's turkey. And he signed up for liking multiple kinds of turkey. And turkey was a euphemism for female anatomy. And he didn't answer, and I don't know if he got it. And if he did get it, he's plain dumb. I don't know how he would have gotten through this past chunk of time with Meri and not watched the show, but I don't know. Now, there was this, I cut it out because it's just like there was too much time, but they were talking about what what stood out from them about their first conversations. And she had mentioned that she'd asked him a question about like, what could you do if you could do anything, if money wasn't an issue, time, resources, whatever. And he said something about properties and then buying goats. And then she was happy because she likes goats. And when he was asked the same question, he was like, what stood out to him in the first conversations was that she used to give him crap because he just wanted to be friends with her. So it sounds like when they first met, he wasn't into her and he just wanted to be friends. And then she ended up somehow getting him on board with being more than a friend. Now, his ex-wife did say that he had a girlfriend when they first met. So maybe that's why he just wanted to be friends. But it just seems like a weird thing to be, with David, just to give you a comparison, he'll talk about Christine's warm, energetic heart, how passionate she is about life, characteristics that he likes about her, how she's beautiful. And obviously it's more polished and it's on the show, but his standout is that she used to give him crap about wanting to be friends. And then obviously some people, when I showed this on Instagram, were like, oh, she forced him into a relationship. And I'm like, you can't force anyone into a relationship. It just seems like a weird thing to stand out about. I don't know. I'm still not sold that he is as into her as she is into him. And they're only dating. And she even at one point refrained from calling it a relationship. It was like she didn't even really know how to classify it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on between the two of these people. I think Meri definitely wants something more than he does. Next, we're going to talk about red flags.
Okay, so Amos, in a new relationship, one should always be on the lookout for red flags. Can you tell me if Meri, being an ex-polygamist in the public eye on a television show, raised any red flags?
They're like, red flag waving.
Red flag.
Yes, I will be. It was a little. Yeah, it was a little.
When did she tell you?
I think the second time we were
I think
talking.
it's the second time we talked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the second time.
Because can I say why?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm a really private person. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, like I'm not on social media. Like, I'm just a really private person. I don't like to let a lot of people into my life. I'm like, oh, so how private are you really? And so we talked about that for a bit. And he's like, it sounds like you have something to say. And I'm like, kinda. So how private are you really? Not at all anymore.
Not anymore.
Not gonna lie, but even though 4 divorces and bankruptcy man and shoddy job history is kind of red flags, Meri's whole life is a red flag. I'm not even kidding. Being a public polygamist when the polygamy is a federal crime and it's a Utah crime, it's an Arizona crime, it's a crime everywhere. And the women obviously are not as culpable in the trafficking of the women in these cults. The men are the ones that have all the power. I would think it would be a red flag because of the people that are around Meri, but also because of the ex-husband, because polygamous men are known to be some pretty dangerous. And Kody has an affinity for weapons and he's got a temper and he has all these friends that are like really sketchy. It would be something you'd have to debate to get into. So I kind of feel like if you're going to get involved with Meri, you would have to have your own level of red flagsness. You know, someone did say to me today, maybe between their both messy histories, there'll be good stability for each other. Maybe. I mean, we can hope, right? We could hope that they find stability in the messiness of their lives because their lives are very messy. Did you guys ever watch Friends? And I said 4 divorces because Ross was always like, what, 3 divorces? It's a joke from Friends. I hope y'all got that. No judgment.
He just looks at me. He just looks at me and he's got really, really like, stop it. Stop it. Like he's got like the sweetest eyes and when he smiles, they crinkle. They're happy and they just make me happy. And then also he just like, if I'm like stressed out, like he did this the other day, like I was stressed out and he's like, just stop, let me hold you for a second. Just breathe. It was so sweet. He just cared. And also he fills up my Yeti all the time.
A lot of the Q&A was Meri answering questions and him not really answering questions because that was an example of how, what is something that makes you happy that the other person does? And what she describes about him is very nice. He sounds thoughtful. He sounds like he's drops things to help her and calms her down and does all of these things like filling up her water container and running around to get her medicine when she doesn't feel good and taking care of her, hugging her. But then Jen doesn't follow up and ask him what he likes about her. So we get through this whole thing and I don't know what he likes about her. I don't know if what attracted him to her because they didn't ask that to him. And when he was asked what stood out about her, he said that she always gave him crap about wanting to be friends. So I'm like, okay, he's a very thoughtful guy, but don't you want to hear what he likes about you? Don't you want to hear about, I want to know what he likes about her. Kody makes it seem like she's a horrible monster, you know? And I don't think she's a horrible monster. And I would love to know what he thinks about her. This is the problem when you have your best friend doing a Q&A because they probably only want to hear what their friend says about the relationship, not necessarily the boyfriend. And I wasn't even clear if they're boyfriend and girlfriend at this point because they just kept calling each other friends. They like each other. He sounds thoughtful. He cooked her dinner. He shows up and does things for her. But then the other part of me is like, well, his ex-wife did say he's like the white knight that comes in and just scoops people up and just pretends like he's going to do things that are really nice for people. And then he moves on to the next. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, is he going to move on to the next? And then I'm like, well, it's a jilted ex-wife. Maybe that's not the case. So I don't know. I'm staying cautiously optimistic. Maybe at some point we'll actually see him speak more so I know more about him. Right now I don't know enough about him outside of them saying, yes, he's had 3 ex-wives. Yes, he has a bankruptcy. His favorite color is green. He likes circles and he's thoughtful. Everything else was like Jen and Meri just laughing hysterically. So tell me what your thoughts are. Is he into her or does Jen need to get deeper into it? Do we need to learn more about him? Do we believe the ex-wife? Tell me in the comments below.